Well, yeah, the first time I looked at the site, it was like sort of going into God's country. It's just like this. I haven't really been to any other places like that before. So you sort of enter the valley and you really feel like you're in this incredibly secluded area. And you also feel like you're in a very, it's not only sort of awe-inspiring its beauty, but you've got, it's flanked by two large mountain ranges. So you really feel like you're very safe and secure on the site. There's a creek that runs through the site. And so one of the very important parts of the brief was that the house had to be sited near the creek. We oriented the house along the axis of the mountains because it was formed such a strong line, it was very hard to ignore it. So that became the sort of axis for the whole design. And we had to incorporate two sort of stone cottages that were part of the sort of history of the site. And apparently there'd been bushrangers in the area that had hidden out. Quite a famous bushranger was there, so we kind of felt it was very important to maintain the cottages as part of the house. I'm sort of very fascinated with the idea of grafting, so the idea of grafting in Japanese gardens, where there's an existing sort of tree and they might sort of chop it, or they'll alter it in some way, or they might add another piece to it, and so the new piece becomes almost part of the whole, so you wouldn't really know. So that approach was taken, so that the new part of the house sort of almost becomes part of the old part. So the two cottages are sort of framed by the new house, but they become like sort of these jewel-like sort of special kind of parts of the house. There's quite deep overhangs on the roofs. It's really protecting you from rain and sun as sort of shelter. The roof of the house is angled so that they perfectly frame the mountain range, so you sort of see the whole top of the mountain range, so it's not cut off halfway. They're sort of angled right up so that you sort of see the whole mountain range. For the new materials, we still wanted to use something that was almost part of the site as well. So even though it's a light material, we used ironbark, which is a reference to there's a lot of ironbark trees in the area. Rough sawn ironbark is used externally. Everything inside the house is very sort of smooth and jewel-like. And we've used blackbutt ply along the bedroom wing. There's also a bit of rammed earth that we used in the house, so we've used sort of local earth and did lots of experimentation with different types of rammed earth walls. And the colour kind of is quite related to the colour of the earth there. We've also used brass mesh on all the outside sort of deck areas, which give you protection from the mosquitoes and the insects and flies and that sort of thing, but also enable you to look outside, sort of almost like you're in your own little world, but you can look out, but you don't really feel like you're being observed yourself. The surroundings become the thing that you really look at rather than the inside of the house. It's almost like a sort of frame for looking at the outside. So the house itself is quite zen-like and has this sort of sense of calm. It was just great working on a project where you're in such a fabulous place. It's quite a privilege to be able to design something that is really sort of particular to that area and very special to that area and becomes part of the area. So I think that's quite a great opportunity for an architect.